What's going on, guys? Welcome to my channel. My name is Kiala and I'm no stranger to moving. So within the past 5 years I've moved from Hawaii to Oregon and from Oregon to Tennessee. I moved from house to dorm to apartment to another house to another apartment. So today I wanted to go over all the steps that you need to follow to successfully move across the country. So let's get right into it. So the first thing you need to start doing is saving. So here's a list of some things that you need to start saving for. First month's rent, airfare or gas, shipping containers and boxes, new furnishings for your apartment or house, and the most important thing, a emergency cushion just in case anything goes wrong. Always have extra money for Murphy's Law, which states if something can go wrong, it will. Moving to a completely new place is already stressful as it is, and you don't want to get more stressed out by running out of money. If you haven't already, research schools that your kids can go to, employment opportunities, and if there's even things to do in the new city. The last thing you want to do is go there and be like, oh shit, maybe I want to move back because there's nothing to do here. I've seen this a lot when I used to live in Hawaii. There would be a lot of people that go to Hawaii for vacation and be like, wow, it's so beautiful here. I could live here for the rest of my life. And then they get here expecting they'll drink Mai Tais on the beach every day. And after a year, they're like, holy shit, there's nothing to do on this island. And they end up flying back to California. And you don't want to get there and find that the only employment place is like an hour away, so you're commuting 2 hours a day. So now that you figured out that you actually want to move, next thing you do is figure out what date you're going to move. If you're going to buy a house, figure out what date the house is going to close. And if you're going to rent an apartment, make sure you know when the next opening is and make sure that you're approved and you qualify. One of the requirements in our apartment was that we make 3 times what the monthly rent is. So figure out that kind of stuff, and stuff like if the owner allows dogs, how far are you from the city, are you going to be able to park your car there, is there enough parking? Like our last place that we would stay at, if you didn't get home at like 5, you'd have to park like 50 yards away from your apartment. That's not too bad, but it's still something you have to figure out. The next thing is sell your stuff. Put your stuff on Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, Craigslist, and start with the biggest items first. Things like couches, school desks, are all things that you sort of need but you can get rid of. And a lot of times these big things are pretty hard to get rid of because you need a truck to go pick them up, so list those first. I found that the best place to sell stuff is on Facebook Marketplace. As of 2021, we sold a lot of our decor in bundles, and we just sold like 2 items for 10 bucks and we got rid of pretty much everything. Alright, bonus tip number 1. Go in your pantry and start eating all the non-perishables. Eat your chicken noodle soup, your tomato soup, your ramen noodles, your Spam, your Vienna sausage. We eat Spam in Hawaii, but those kind of things, because there's a lot of stuff in there that you're probably not going to use and it's going to end up going to waste, so eat them now. And after you do that, do the same thing for your freezer. Eat those frozen pizzas, eat those P.F. Chang frozen meals, all that nasty stuff that you guys eat. Alright, next step, donate stuff. Follow the 2020 rule. If you can get it in less than 20 minutes for under $20, donate it. You don't need it. Next thing is plan. Start applying for new jobs and apartments if you haven't already, and make some spreadsheets to project moving costs. I'd really urge you to get a job before you move, because nowadays most people get hired online anyways. Extra tip number 2. Go to the USPS website and forward all the mail that you're getting right now to your new address. It costs like less than $5 and it's really easy to do. It probably take you like a couple minutes. And while we're here, make sure you cancel all your gym memberships, your yoga lessons, your private tennis lessons, all the stuff like that that's local. And close your local bank accounts if you have that too. Any local credit unions, all of that. Anything in the city that you're in now that you're not gonna have later, just cancel it. Another thing to plan for, figure out if you're gonna fly or drive. Figure out if you're gonna ship boxes or take a huge pod. Figure out how your cars are gonna go there. If you have 2 cars and you're gonna drive one, what are you gonna do with the other one? Are you gonna sell it and buy another one at the new place, or are you gonna ship it over? What I did was I sold my Camry. It was a $4,000 car and I bought a $5,000 car, so I think it cost a few thousand to ship it across the country, so definitely not worth it there. Before I move on to the next tip, hit that like button, make sure to subscribe if you want to see more about personal finance and saving money. After you've done all the planning and figured out all the logistics, start gathering your moving supplies. Buy packaging tape, moving blankets, bubble wrap, some boxes, and some packing peanuts, and you're good to go. The best place we found to buy boxes is Home Depot. U-Haul boxes are good, they're just a little bit more expensive, but Home Depot is a place to go. Some items that you can use that are lying around the house are shredded paper and just crumples of newspaper. That could be used as some packaging peanuts. It's not going to work as good, but if your things aren't as delicate, then you could use that. The next thing is thoroughly read your lease agreement. Apparently, we forgot to clean inside the oven, the floor base, and that vent right above the stove. And we got a few $100s ticked off of our security deposit because of that. You know how much food I could have bought with a few $100s? A lot. The best thing to use on the walls are the Mr. Clean Magic Eraser. If you have like those little black markings on the wall, I don't know what they come from, but use those and they'll come right off. And finally, when you're done cleaning and they do the inspection, last thing to do is give your keys back to the landlord. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video.